All right, here's a $1 million question for you. What do you do with a JSON file? Not just asking for a friend. Honestly, what do you do? How do you store it? Can't write it down like seed phrases. Where do you store it? How do you keep it safe? How do you prevent from being hacked? How do you know client-side AI didn't already capture it? How do you know it's not already out in the cloud or on the dark web somewhere? How do you know that the hardware God mode, yes, most hardware chipsets have God mode, spyware didn't already capture and transmit that data somewhere without you knowing it? I want you to understand this piece before we go any further. It's so important to understand that the hardware, although it seems inescapable and it seems daunting, I do have solutions to work around that. So check out these clips first, and then you're going to love what I have to say next. I've got to show you just how vulnerable we all are and that we have some work to do to protect ourselves. Enjoy these clips and tell me what you think.
If I was the NSA and I was designing a backdoor that I wanted to be loaded on every server and network appliance in the world, what would I want? I would want it to be completely independent of the main operating system. I'd want it to be something that you cannot shut down, that can't be powered on anytime, even if the system is turned off. I'd want it to be not just stealthy, but completely invisible to anything on the OS. I'd want it to have full access to everything on the system. And I'd want it to have out-of-band communications for data exfiltration. Intel ME does all of that.
The NSA and other government agencies have requested that Intel chipsets, which they will be using for their purposes and operations, be specifically built with the Intel management engine disabled. This security chip is connected straight to Microsoft's cloud. They literally describe it as Microsoft Pluton security processor is a chip-to-cloud security technology. AMD's PSP gives similar levels of access to the Intel management engine and has similar vulnerabilities come out in the past.
Recall. And by recall, I mean total recall. It's constantly taking snapshots in the background of everything you do on your computer.
We are on a mission to create a true AI companion. And to me, an AI companion is one that can hear what you hear, and see what you see.
So I want to really hammer home the point here that this is spyware and vulnerabilities that are present at the hardware level. And all forms of mitigations, from securing your network to your browser to your OS, they're all irrelevant to a foe that has access to these management engines.
The interesting little feature, though, of client-side scanning is that it beats end-to-end encryption. How can Signal protect your communications if the AI can just read your screens?
So as long as you are using a system with an Intel management engine or an AMD platform security processor, the rest of your security measures are useless because these processors compromise all forms of security that are running above them.
In this crypto bull run, the stakes are going to be high, right? Imagine the projects that you love and care about actually go and do what you hope that they are capable of doing. We're talking about big stakes, big money, right? But the truth is most of you are gambling. You're acting like it's Russian roulette. You're gambling both with your money and gambling definitely with your security. I mean, having all those gains and not keeping them isn't worth, well, literally anything. It's not Russian roulette. You have lots of things that are in your control, and it's time to control them. This is a call to action, if nothing else. I'm going to show you a bunch of clips here, just highlighting a few snippets of multiple ways that people can hack you, right? Whether it's hacking your device, whether it's hacking your home network, whether it's wide variety of things. Right? But I'm going to show you how that these risk factors are real, and trust me, I have a plan for all of them, or I wouldn't be talking about it. Speaking of getting hacked and doing compromising things, most of you are going to see here a short clip proving to you that the wallets you've been using have been compromised. I've done it, you've done it. You know, why do we do it? Well, that's a long story. But now I'm able to use wallets where I can absolutely verify that there is no spyware. And to me, that's critical. I'm going to state this in no uncertain terms. We're talking about a wallet. It's not a weather app. I mean, there are zero, non-negotiable reasons for why a wallet let me repeat that, it's a wallet, not a weather app, should be sending unpermissioned data to anybody or anywhere for any reason. Not about your device, your location, your IP address, your phone number, not about what you're doing within the app. I mean, that's crazy. It's a wallet. But lo and behold, you're going to see in these screenshots, that's absolutely what's happening. You've used them, I've used them, and we'll leave it at that. But it's time to stop doing that. It's time to take control over these kinds of things that we absolutely have control of. And so I'm going to leave you with these clips to watch, and then I'm going to reconvene with you after about some more important information, of course, to get you protected going forward into the future, because protecting the future is something that you have to do today. All right, we'll catch you in the next clip.
I'm gonna spoof from your number, so it's gonna look like it's calling from you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm so sorry. Can you hear me okay? My baby, I'm sorry. My husband's like, we're about to apply for a loan and we just had a baby and he's like, get this done by today. So I'm so sorry. I can't call you back.
In just 30 seconds,
Email.com?
Jessica gets my personal email address. Jessica uses my girlfriend's name and a fake social security number
5127.
to set up her own personal access to my account.
Wait, I'm sorry. So there's no password on my account right now? Can I set that up?
She even gets the support person to change my
Thank you
password.
so much for your help today.
So she just basically blocked me out of my own account.
You may try to protect yourself on your laptop computer and have that effort be for naught because the spy may be done on another device. Google particularly has so many tricks that I think it would be likely that Google's identifying you on a side device while you think your main device is protected. This particular problem is called cross-device tracking.
We intercepted his phone calls and stole his two-factor passcodes.
Is that your number, Linus?
Yeah, but mine didn't even ring.
We didn't touch his phone. We didn't send him an email or a text, nothing. We did it all remotely. And the worst part is, it could happen to you.
SS7 vulnerabilities are not just theoretical threats, they've been exploited in real-world attacks with serious consequences. In 2016, hackers used an SS7 vulnerability to steal money from bank accounts in Germany. They intercepted 2 FA codes and bypassed security measures to gain unauthorized access. In 2017, researchers demonstrated how SS7 vulnerabilities could be used to track the location of a U.S. congressman. They pinpointed his location with alarming accuracy using only his phone number.
He tells me the scariest piece of private information of all.
I have your bank account number.
You have my bank account number. I did go on. Then he names my bank.
Yeah.
And my account number.
Ends in I could read you back text messages from your wife, everybody you've ever texted, all your call history. Everything that's on your phone is now mine.
I'm about 90% sure your home network can be hacked. Like, it's not safe. Oh, you don't believe me? Let me show you. In this video, I will show you how to test your network, your home network, for vulnerabilities. Can a hacker actually hack you? The answer is probably yes.
Let me see that.
All right, well, hopefully you got some context about the various threat models that we face. It's just reality in the digital world. We don't get to invent our own reality. We don't get to ignore inconvenient truths and pretend that they're not, right? The stakes are high. If we're talking about big money, if we're talking about where things are going, where we think we're going, it's not just normal vulnerabilities. You're also going to get targeted. Like, so if you do normie things, you're going to get normie results. Like, these are not things that you leave to chance. This video is a call to action more than there's anything else, right? When you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. The do better part is the ball's in your court on that. I know what to do. I know what the solutions are. You don't have to spend 6 months of your life or years of your life like I did trying to learn all this stuff, there's a model you can come and copy. Speaking of which, I spent the last 6 months doing a lot of reevaluating, a lot of rethinking things, reconfirming old conclusions, finding new ways to test things, discard a lot of the apps, a lot of the things that I was doing before, try and make it better. I don't know if there is perfection. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to do better. Right? Even if you're the most advanced users, I guarantee that you're going to get value in the course. I guarantee I'm going to tell you about a bunch of apps and things that you're totally doing wrong. I'm going to help you shore up and button up and close up some loose ends in your life. Like there's no question of that in my mind. Now, let me know if I'm wrong at the end of the course. How about that? And we'll make it right. But it's not going to happen. For most of you, you thought that you got a secure device and then you still leave the house with a Siri device and you still talk to your Alexa in the house, right? It's like some of the things I've seen people do. If you saw my cross-tracking video, for example, you realize that that's the wrong way, and there's not time to beat yourself up. I've made lots of mistakes as well. But we know better, we do better, right? So what are we going to teach in the course? Well, we're going to go through how do you configure secure devices? What are secure devices, mobile and desktop, and what kind of hardware do you need? If you are a validator or a delegator from home, like how do you secure that? How do you secure the actual network so you don't get hacked? How do you secure that device from getting hacked? How do you protect that JSON file like we talked about earlier? These are important things. They're not insignificant, right? The stakes are high. We need to do big things. You do normal things, you get your ass kicked. Don't do it. That's just not smart. And you're not going to get to invent your own reality here where you just, I don't really want to learn this stuff. Oh yeah, I didn't really want to learn it either, but I'm not gambling my future. It's that simple. So we're going to go through apps and details and configuring secure devices and secure home networks, and we're going to secure all this stuff. We are going to create a great bundle, but of course it costs time, it costs money, it costs me a lot of time and money. I mean, producing videos like this costs more than it costs for most people that it doesn't take the course. I mean, that's reality. Like, some people don't live in reality. I understand that. But I got friends in the privacy world who teach privacy courses. My one friend charges $800. Another friend of mine charges several $1,000s. Many of the top brands are charging $1,000 per hour, and you still don't get any shit done at all. Even in the original consults, you get nothing done, and they're still charging $1,000 an hour. That's what it costs. The way serious people take their privacy and security seriously. So this course is going to be very reasonable because we share in community. I don't want to take advantage of the community. It just has to cost something. There has to be some skin in the game after all. I've got into it, or I just don't feel good doing it. And best of luck if you want to learn on your own, by all means. So the prices are going to go up though. However, in February, there are some other organizations that actually see the value in what I'm doing and want to syndicate it and spread it longer and wider, and the price just have to go up because they're obscenely cheap. Right now, I'm doing a favor for friends and family, basically, who share in the same community and gone through some of the same PTSD. So with that said, I don't want to talk you into it. I can't talk you into it. There's a learning curve. There's action items. There's shit for you to do. So there's no point in me trying to talk you into it. You either see the value in not gambling and not winging it, or you don't. And if you do, we'll see you in a course 7-ish or so days, probably from when you're watching this, and we will go get this thing handled. It's not something you have to do the rest of your life, but you do got to put some infrastructure in place and get it handled. So take care. We'll see you in the course, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.